You are going to learn how to turn a book, an awesome self-published book, into a seven-figure business. You know, books have made the biggest impact in my business. But let's have some fun, all right? Look at this right here, okay? I got some bribes for you. I got some cash, and I got my own checkbook. Now, you can't look at the numbers, all right? I'm going to block the numbers out here. All right, I want to write you a check. I want to give you some cash. I want to have some fun. How? Listen, I want to give away free content. I want to take you to my free podcast, 3 episodes a week. We bring on some of the world's best experts. All you have to do right now, go to LURNreview.com. You see that URL right below me? LearnReview.com. There should be a button somewhere. You can push it. Click the button. Go to the next page. What you're going to do is you're going to subscribe to the podcast. It's free. The podcast comes out 3 times a week, completely free. And all you have to do, you can subscribe at iTunes, you can subscribe at YouTube, you can subscribe at Spotify, you can subscribe at Google. And once you do that and you opt in, you put your name and email in to get the podcast emails every single 3 times a week when we release episodes, we will send you an email and let you know. So if you do all of that, and then the last step, when you go to learnreview.com, go to LURNreview.com. When you go there, last step tells you to send me an email at learnpodcast@gmail.com, LURN podcast. My team checks it, and every now and then we draw names of people. We check if you actually subscribe, you actually left a review, you actually are on our email list, and we give away cash. All right, I mean, my biggest one so far, I've given away $500 in the past. And that's money that you can use to invest in your business. How cool is that? So listen, again, we're going to go over a lot of amazing stuff today. We're just kind of hanging out. You can see people are piling in. Make sure you say something. Tell you what, right now, just say yes, capital letters YES. Type that in. Now, you may not see other people's comments, but I can see your comments. My team can see it. We want to make sure stay active. Tell you what. The more active you stay, maybe we'll be giving away some cash and some more things in the near future throughout the presentation. But one more time, Learn Review. Go subscribe to the Fighting Entrepreneur Podcast. It's my podcast 3 times a week. Amazing episodes. You get to learn about how to make money online, how to build a business, how to hire, how to deal with entrepreneurial issues, peak performance, conversion, traffic strategies, all free. And right now I'm bribing you. Literally, I want to write you a check. Okay, all you have to do is go to learnreview.com, follow the steps on that page, subscribe to it on the many options you have, put your email address in, leave us a review, and then let me know at learnpodcast@gmail.com, LURNpodcast@gmail.com. And if you do that, then I know to put your name in the hat for the drawing, all right? So it's going to be a lot of fun. Now, let's here's what we're going to do, okay? Let's start. All right, I don't even know. I think we're still a little early, but let's just get started. All right, I want to reward all of you who have joined us early. Make sure you keep commenting. Stay active throughout the presentation. All right, I'm pumped because books have made the biggest impact in my life. And the funniest thing is, this book right here, everything's going to fall. I wrote this by accident, my first book ever. $26 million I earned from this book. I'm going to tell you the whole story in this presentation today. And then this book here, Damon John from Shark Tank wrote the foreword to it. He loved it. He read it in one read. And I wrote this in just a matter of, that one was a little bit longer. It took a couple of months. But I'm going to give you a process today that you're going to use that is just so simple that you can do right from where you are. And then I'm going to give you an opportunity to just get our help in getting there. All right, so let's officially get started. Let me just kind of go around to the official spot where we do this, and let's get the presentation started. Thank you for joining us early. All right, so just give me a second. I got to move this here back to where it looks supposed to be. All right, so let's officially talk about, there's only 4 steps to getting a book published. Now, maybe you have multiple reasons to getting a book done. Maybe it's just a bucket list, right? Or maybe you really want to get your message out to the world. Some of us have experienced such amazing things. We want to use that to teach people. Well, guess what? There is a way to do it. You don't have to sit around and wait for publishers. You don't have to spend, seriously, there are people out there that will spend $200,000, $300,000 trying to get a book published. No, not even close. I'm going to show you how to do it from the comfort of your own computer. And you know what? There's only 4 steps to doing it. And maybe you want to use books for the way I've used them, and that is to make millions of dollars from them, to turn a book into $1 million, to use a book to get high-quality leads, to use a book to sell products that you have, or consulting services that you have, or coaching services, or a multitude of products you have. That's exactly what we're going to go over today. So who is this workshop for? First and foremost, if you're looking to start a business, and you need the perfect lead generator. Okay, the perfect lead generator. Many people have thought for the longest time that writing a book is hard. It's complicated. It's stressful, and yeah, if you do it the way most people do it, it is, but it really doesn't have to be. I've written books in just days, and they're the best lead generators because they make you instantly credible. You know what? You want to tell your story and make a difference? That's a great reason. And it's truly one of the reasons I wrote Escape. It was the biggest reason I wrote Escape, because I really wanted to just tell my story. If you're selling content, if you're selling courses, if you're a coach, consultant, it's the best audience builder. You have to write books. You cannot do a business without writing books. I'm telling you that right now. And for those of you who are email marketers, oh man, the biggest difference that happened in my business, the biggest change that happened in my business was when I started to use books, all right, as the actual freebie giveaway. I know, it sounds like, whoa, Anik, you could just do a report. Oh my God, it's a complete change when you give away a book in the front end. It just gets your business grows like 10 times faster. So by the end of this workshop, you're going to know how to write a book without writing a single word. Now, can you listen to that? Because that's interesting. How to write a book, an entire book. This book here is 60,000 words. You don't even need to write a book that big. Circle of Profit's 45,000 words. You don't need to write a book that big. I mean, I've got books that are 15, 20,000 words. Sounds like a lot? Super easy. I never typed a single word. Not one word of it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. It's my favorite part. We're going to show you how to create an entire outline for any book in any subject in any topic in 3 hours or less. We're going to do it today. Like, I'm going to literally log in and show you how I do it, and then I'm going to make it available for you and I to work together, so I'll do it with you. And then the number one source to recruit inexpensive writers, editors, designers, you don't have to write the words, because we have a global marketplace now, and for a matter of just a few $100, you can hire brilliant people that will take what you create, that I show you exactly how, and basically take care of the rest of it for you. But you get all the credit. It's your book. It's all the impact is yours. The message is yours. The results on the other side are yours. Really powerful stuff. I'm going to show you exactly how to launch your book on Amazon and get free leads every day out of Amazon that's got billions of visitors that you can just tap right into. So you don't even have to worry about getting traffic, because Amazon will do it for you. Now, this one might be my favorite part of the entire presentation, all right? It's going to happen about 60, 70% of the way through, maybe in about 30 to 45 minutes, and that is 3 funnels. I will share with you of all the funnels I've tested, and I've tested well over 100. There's only 3 funnels that you really need to even think about or worry about or use when it comes to book publishing. If you want to be able to turn a book into $1 million, there's 3 funnels. I'll reveal them to you today, and then I'm going to share with you how to scale a simple but powerful book into $26 million in sales. I just want you to take a step back and think about that. All right? When I wrote this book that it turned into $26 million, I didn't have a big team. I didn't have a beautiful learn center. I was literally on my own with a few people helping me, mostly part-time, mostly contractors, mostly all virtual. I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. Yet I turned a very simple 5-day process into 26 million in sales. It's incredible, and you get to learn all of that today. So guards down. That's my big thing. Okay, listen, if you're sitting on what you're going to sell me, what's coming up, take a deep breath. I got nothing to sell you today. That's the best part about this presentation, isn't it? I got nothing to sell you. Today is all about learning, education, and it's all about teaching. But I do need you to commit to taking action. Look, I'm going to log into stuff. I'm going to show you how to do things, but that means nothing if you're just going to not do anything with it, all right? So you need to commit to that. Now, here's what's going to happen, all right? At the end of this presentation, I'm going to give you an opportunity to book a free call with my team. We do have an amazing incubator program here where we work with you hands-on to get your book done, get your book published, get your book selling, get your book that launch it needs. But you have to get admitted to it. It's always very limited seats per class that we run. And so you have a chance to, if you are very interested and you want that extra help, you can book a call to talk to us to see if you qualify to be admitted into that class. That's it. How about that, all right? So if I blow your mind away today, and I teach you and I teach you and I give you everything that you need to learn, in exchange, is it fair that I'll just literally ask you if you want to learn more about working with us? You can fill out a form and book a call with us to talk to see if you qualify. That's it. All right, type in yes. Come on. You got to keep engaged with me, all right? You got to keep engaging. So go ahead and leave a comment below. Type in yes right now. Type in yes. There we go. All right, yes. Lots of yeses this morning. All right. Look, can you please do me a favor right now? Because I've gone out of my way to create this presentation for you. The usual, right? We tell you, get out of Skype, get out of Facebook, put your phone away, and focus right here. Communicate with me. Use the platform. Talk to me. Write your questions. We get them. We see them. We respond in time. But be present, because this presentation is amazing. The other thing that I've got to be very clear with you about is that, when we talk about business, we talk about results, we talk about income, we talk about numbers, we talk about scale, we talk about revenue. You got to know this, all right? You got to know this. What happened here? That word, this text disappears. All right. So you got to know that these results, right? I've been doing this for a long time. And our students that we share with you, the results, like they worked hard. They put the system into action the way we teach it. My job and my responsibility is to teach you, to coach you, to guide you, to provide you the resources and facilities you've got to implement. So none of this is a get-rich-quick scheme or a promise that it's going to happen. But heck, if you could be like Dan Da Silva and take what I teach and put it into action, he wrote this book. This thing took him a matter of just a few days. I know this because he was working with me. Dropshipping Secrets. 415 sales of his high-ticket product. 415 sales of a $1,000 product. Over 11,000 high-quality leads collected because he gave this bad boy away for free. He got his book published. He got 11,000 leads and sold over close to $500,000 in sales. And that was just on his first go. He's going to keep going. He's not even close to done yet. Why? Because he understands one thing that you need to understand. Why books? Check out these crazy statistics. 1 million plus self-published books in 2017. That was a 28% growth. The 2018 numbers just haven't come out yet. But in 2017, it was a 28% growth from the year before. Self-published, people are figuring it out. 72% of the authors who earn over $100,000 or more, self-published. Okay, we got to look at that number one more time. 72% of all authors who earn over $100,000 a year or more are self-published. How cool is that? 40% of all books sold, self-published. So all these people out there right now that think, I got to get a publisher, I got to get an agent, I got to go. First of all, you're going to give up rights to all your hard work. You're going to have to work 50 times harder, wait a year to 2 years, and you know what? It's not even where the trend is going. That's not where you can make the money. 72% of authors who make $100,000 or more are self-published. And then last but not least, this number is awesome, $232 billion of Amazon sales in 2018 that were books. $232 billion in 2018, Amazon book sales. I mean, if you don't have a book right now, especially because I've gotten the system down to being so simple, then that's up to you, man. You're missing out. Because it's a matter of days that we can take you from where you are to having a fully credible expert status book published, using it as a lead generation, using it to give away to change people's lives. There's tremendous things that you can do. So why me? Why are you listening to this guy? Why am I the right guy? Well, first of all, listen, I've used books to build credibility and to build my expert status for years now. I fell into it by mistake. You see this book right here? This was a mistake. This was a mistake. The best mistake I ever made in my business was getting that book published. And I did it by mistake, and I did it in 5 days. And ever since then, I fine-tuned the system even more. Over 300,000 students now worldwide since I started over 16 years ago now. I built a 26,000 square foot facility here for entrepreneurs. $3.6 million it cost me. I have literally invested millions upon millions of dollars. I've collected 5 million plus email addresses, most of them because I figured out the secret to writing great books. Over $200 million in sales. And you know what? I'm a serial entrepreneur. I have multiple companies. I love to call myself a philanthropist as well because I love giving back. You're going to see some of the projects we give back to right now. And I credit like 95% of my success to 4 books. Now, can you imagine? I'm getting to the point now where I'm going to be writing 2 books a year because I see the power of these bad boys because it's so simple. I don't want to say it's easy. Nothing is easy, but it's simple. So and I always tell everyone this, if you think you've got 1 book in you, I guarantee, I promise you, you've got 10. Promise you, you've got 10. And by becoming a bestseller, look at what's happened in my life. I've become business partners with Robert Kiyosaki. I spoke on stage for Tony Robbins. I spoke on stage for Grant Cardone, almost 10,000 people. Grant Cardone called me and interviewed me. Damon John is now business partners with me and actually wrote the foreword to one of my books. Sir Richard Branson invited me into his home on his island. Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank and I are business partners. I got a chance to speak at TEDx. I've been business partners with Les Brown. You might think that this is all because I did something amazing. No, it's because I wrote, using my simple processes, a book. Instantly, it opens up amazing doors to network with amazing people. Because when they get your book, look what happens. All of them taking pictures on their own with my books. And this gives me expert status. Even Robert Kiyosaki, who is the most sold author, all right? He even says, because he saw this book, he wrote the foreword to this book. I'm going to share with you how to do that. I'm going to share with you, if you work with me and if you decide to get into our incubator program, I'm going to share with you how to get celebrities to write your forewords. It's not as hard as you would think. Believe me, it's actually pretty simple. My next book, my 5th book, The forward's going to be written by someone even bigger. I can't reveal yet, but the deal has been worked out, and it was super easy. It took me 2 days to make it happen. I'm going to reveal exactly how we do that. But then for that, you got to be in our incubator program. I've been on national, international television. I've been in Entrepreneur Magazine thanks to my book, Inc. 500. We were 2-time Inc. 500 fastest growing companies. Again, why? Books. Because we use books to generate leads. Leads turn into sales. It's beautiful. It's so powerful. Now, here's what I really want you to understand. So a few minutes, you've got to know who you're dealing with. Listen, you get on workshops like these, you see people all over the internet, you see people everywhere teaching, talking, presenting, and they all sound good. I just want you to know why we're different. And I want you to understand who you're dealing with before you ever deal or learn from anybody. I don't care about spending money. I don't care about any of that. I just mean, listen, the biggest investment you can ever make is time. And this, your mind. That's what you got to protect the most. We here at Learn, we're the transformational home for entrepreneurs. I told you before, 26,000 square foot facility. You can come visit us. We're in Rockville, Maryland. We're open every day. All right, we do events here. We have co-work space here. We have a nap room right over there. We've got a gaming room, a video studio, audio studios, classrooms. I built this for you. I built this for entrepreneurs. $3.6 million of my own money. We have students come out every quarter to come learn from us. We built our online platform. Go check it out at learn.com, LURN.com. Sign up. It's absolutely free. We have over 40, I think now 40 courses absolutely free. We have tons of courses that are like $7, $10. Why do we do this? Because we want to continue to build the largest entrepreneurial community in the world in one place. So we have a virtual home and a physical home right here. This is my commitment. This is Learn's commitment to entrepreneurs. This is our commitment to your dream. This is us supporting you. And this is why I'm telling you as an entrepreneur, having a book and authoring a book and self-publishing a book quickly and easily in a system that is simple. It's so important to you and your business and you as an entrepreneur. Seriously, this has cost me millions of dollars to build this online platform. The center has cost me millions of dollars. Come check us out anytime you want. We are here all the time. And this just to show you our commitment to entrepreneurship. We have students that are all over the world now that are creating massive success stories, millions of dollars being created on a regular basis. But here's my true mission, and this is what drives me if you want to know. 1 million entrepreneurs around the world. That's what we're going to do at Learn Nation. And that's what I'm asking you to be a part of. So when you listen to this training, when you listen to this workshop, it's not enough that you listen. I got to get you to go out and take action. All right. So for me, making money, that's great. I've made a lot. I don't need to make more. I don't have to wake up every morning and come to work to make money. I don't need that. I could retire tomorrow. I'm only 35, but I still could. But getting up, I haven't helped 1 million entrepreneurs yet. Getting up every morning with that. So that's where I want you to be. That's why I asked you early on to commit. You're going to take action. So right now, can you just type in the word action? Do this for me. Come on. Type in the word action right now into that box. Come on. All right. All right. I can see. I get the thumbs up from my team. So action right now into the box. If you are agreeing right now and committing to it, thank you so much. Now, behind all of it, I got to let you know my true purpose, my true passion, I want to help 1 million entrepreneurs, but nothing gives me more joy than giving back. My wife and I have been able to partner with Learn through our Singal Foundation and partner with all of our students. That includes you. We've now built 8 self-sustaining schools in the slums of Mumbai, India that support close to 800 children every year. And these schools never need an extra ounce of money. Talk about true entrepreneurship. We're building 4 more as we speak. Every year we try to put 2 or 3 more up. And this is what you're a part of. This is what Learn as a family does. We are taking children off the street who literally live on the streets, who would otherwise be selling tea, and we're putting them in our schools, we're giving them a new future. And you know what? That's what us entrepreneurs, that's what we can do together. And then we started this project a couple years ago. We started adopting villages through a partnership with an organization called Village Enterprise. We now adopt villages in East Africa, and we've already done 2. Our goal is to get up to 4 a year. This is what you get to be a part of. You know what this does? For every village we adopt, through the power of microfunding, businesses, and entrepreneurship, we pull 1,000 people out of extreme poverty. That's the World Bank definition. The World Bank says X number of extremely poor people in the world. Every time we go in and adopt a village, 1,000 people within a year of that time are officially delisted from World Bank's records. That is, you can see it in my eyes, right? Like, that's true mission. So when we work together as entrepreneurs, we get to do these things. When you write your book, when you work with us and get your book published, and you go out and you create revenue and you give back, this is what we get to do. Your book gets to do so much more for the world than you can even imagine. So what's the number one reason for me having seen all of this massive success? Books. It's 4 books. Now imagine our students are out there writing books left and right, and I'm writing more books. Got the process down to a pack. And that's what this workshop is about. I really want to get to the point where I can teach you how the simple and easy step, the steps, the 4 steps, the simple and easy steps to self-publishing yourself, getting your book out there. All right. So before I kind of go into the specifics of what each book has done for me, I just want you to take a minute right now, and I want you to type in the word book. All right. I want you to type in the word book right now into that comment. Let me see it. Let my team see it. That's your outward commitment that you're going to get your book done. You're going to follow what I teach you in this workshop, and you're going to get your book done. All right? That's it. You ready? Because we're going to get started now. I'm going to start going over the results of each of the books, how I did it, what I did. I'm going to outline case studies. We're going to whiteboard. I'm going to be all over here sketching things out. I'm going to be logging into websites. It's going to be powerful, but we want to start with the word book. Come on, type it in right now. Type in book. All right. I see. Okay, I got it. The commitments are in. So let's keep moving forward. So let me show you the results that I got from these books. Okay, the first book I ever wrote was Circle of Profit. It was in my 5-day accident. All right, I will tell you the story later in the workshop. You'll laugh. It's and funny enough, it's been the greatest success of them all. 106,000 books sold and shipped worldwide. I think it's over 40 countries that we've shipped the book to. Here's the coolest thing, though. Then I figured out how to make even more money from it without ever having to deal with shipping at all. And I got 1.6 million downloads. That's freaking nuts. And we used 3 funnels. Guess what? All 3 of the funnels I revealed to you a little bit later in this very workshop. And we only used affiliate and Facebook traffic to do it. Now, that's the other cool thing is you're going to learn as we go through this, there's really only a few kinds of sources of traffic that you even really ever need. Now, the second book I ever wrote, which is not here, I don't know why I didn't bring them with me. Whatever. I wrote this book and, well, I guess I shouldn't say I wrote this book. I used what I'm going to share with you today in step 2. All right, so when you watch this workshop, it's coming up in about 5 minutes or 10 minutes max. In step 2, I share with you how to write a book without ever writing a book, without ever writing a single word. That's what I did here. 106,000 downloads. Now, this is on a very specific topic. This book is only for people who are already email marketers. So think about that. That's pretty intense. Like 106,000 downloads in such a niche market. That's what I love about books. You can go broad, but sometimes it's actually easier to go super niche, like a really, really specific topic. I only used 2 of the 3 funnels. Haven't even used all 3. I used my email list to monetize, Facebook traffic, and now, as we speak, I'm using Google. I am picking up, are you ready for this? 500 leads a day. New, hot, awesome, kick butt leads a day. A day in my funnel, thanks to this simple little book. I think this book is like 15,000 words max, which, by the way, that's like nothing. It's seriously not much. That's probably on audio, like a little over an hour of audio. It's not, yet people love it. It's a powerful book. All right, then Passion to Profit. This is a really short book. I'll actually share with you the table of contents of this, like 4 or 5 chapters, probably like, I don't know, 10,000 words. But man, have I done some killer things with it. Never wrote a single word. 61,000 downloads. Now, who's this book for? Very niche. This book is for anyone who wants to create an online, like a digital publishing course. It's like, do you want to create an online course? It's like this portion of the world. 61,000 downloads using my system. Only one funnel. I use only one funnel, and I only use one source of traffic. 61,000 downloads. Powerful stuff. Actually, this book, we really need to do more with it, and we plan on scaling it this year. Actually, I'm going to really start. I'm going to apply one more funnel to it this year because we already have it done. It's super easy. And then, of course, Escape, which you see right here. This is my latest book. Just done crazy stuff. 42,000 books sold and it says shop, but should say shipped. 42,000 books sold and shipped. 0 downloads. I am missing out on massive opportunity with this book, which is coming soon. Don't think I'm missing out. Like, look right here. 106,000 sold and shipped. 1.62 million downloads. Boom. The downloads part of this book is coming, and it's coming soon. And I've only used one funnel so far. I got 2 more to grow to. I got a world of opportunity. This book right here is going to be worth way more than 26 million. This book made me 26 million. I'm going to guess right now Escape is probably going to make me 40 to 50 million in my career easily because I'm also using more sources of traffic. So I'm pumped about this. Now, the reason I'm sharing this with you guys is because I really do want you to understand the potential and the possibilities. I shouldn't have hit forward. I just want you to understand because I have written for a variety of different topics. All right, now my students you're going to start to see from, they're all in different kinds of industries. And all of them are working in different ways. This is in a really small niche. I've only used one funnel. This was in a really small niche and used 2 funnels. You know, this was like my most successful, but I mean, it's just kind of sitting, chugging along. 1.6 million email leads I collected from it. And then this one, I'm like just scratching the surface, just getting started. So the wealth of opportunity that opens up, the celebrity influencers you can open up, it's amazing. The key is, the tough part's like, I got to get the book done. People are scared of it. And then when the book is in your hands, you're like, what do you do with it? Well, that's why you're here. And that's what we share with you. And that's what we shared with Fred Lamb. He used our self-publishing system to get himself up there. Look at that. I mean, these results are ridiculous. 20,000 book sales. $5 million in total revenue thanks to this book that he created called Starting From Zero. This book has literally changed lives. I know people who read this book and started online businesses. So imagine, this man took my system, and he didn't have to slave away and write words and all. He took my system, got the book out. He's actually physically changed people's lives because he took a chance to do that. Kit Carlisle, oh my God, she's such an awesome person. She spent an entire life, she's been traveling. She's been to, I think she said like 30 plus countries. And what she knows, nobody else knows. She would go to these countries specifically for one thing. She wanted to study the ancient healing practices of the countries, from China to India to Peru to Bolivia to Spain to, all these places. She would go live there for a while and study. And guess what? How many people in the world do you know would have that knowledge? I know one. That's a book that needs to be written, and she hadn't written it yet. In less than 60 days, she went through our system. Boom, the book is out. Her bucket list is done. Plus, she does these amazing health retreats. They're very expensive retreats. They're very high ticket. She's got the best lead generator now. She got instant authority when it comes to healing. She's got instant authority in that market. She's a published author. How brilliant is that? Just love it. I love seeing it. And they all did it using this system. This is what we're going to go over now in this workshop. We're going to go over this system, okay? I can't reveal it yet. I think it's the next slide, but it's 4 steps. Step 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You go through these steps. I'm telling you right now, you cannot fail, especially if you're in our incubator program and you're working with us, and we're actually literally working with you, and we're looking over everything you're doing, and it just becomes kind of almost easy. This was our first group. Now, here's what I want to tell you. These people all paid. Are you ready for this? They all paid like $17,000 each to be physically in a room with me. And the cool thing is, you don't need to. I'm bringing you all of their knowledge here in this workshop for practically nothing. Plus the incubator, that's a whole other world. But now they're getting their books out, and they said they would do it again and again and again. That's how much they loved it. And I just want you to know that the system that you're getting has been now tested through this model. So I want you to write this down, okay? We call it the ICSS model. All right, that's the 4 steps, ICSS. And they stand for initiate, initiate. Step 2, C, create. Step 3, sell. Step 4, scale. ICSS. Write this down. Listen, if you're not taking notes, what are you doing? Come on. I'm about to get crazy on the scribble pad, and I'm going to be logging in and doing stuff that you've got to have notes on. So ICSS, initiate, create, sell, scale. That's the model we use here to show you exactly how to get your book up and running in almost no time with very little stress and without even writing a single word if you don't want to. All right? So let's move right into step number 1, initiate. Now, a lot of times, people already know what niche they want to do. So they come in and they're like, well, for example, Kit, she knew she wants to be in the health space. She does these retreats. She spent an entire lifetime studying health, ancient health. She's been all over the world. That's her niche. There's no asking. If someone comes to me, I'm like, yeah, I want to be in the entrepreneurship space, right? Whereas if you go to one of my best friends, he wants to be in the technical space. He's all about coding and programming. If you go to another one of my friends, he absolutely loves, he's a gaming guy, so he wants to be in the gaming space. Sometimes people are like, I know what niche I want to be in. But if you don't know, the biggest mistake you can make is writing a book in a niche that, doesn't want a book. We're going to make sure, when you work with us, we're going to make sure I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to actually log in and we're going to go over it. I'll show you exactly how to make sure that you will know without a shadow of doubt before you write your book that it's going to do well. Right from step 1, we start here. We start with, I'm going to do a demo in a second. We do that through the process of research. There's a few sites I like to use for the research. I'm going to share those with you. Now, again, in our incubator program, we actually work through the research steps with you. We actually confirm. You can go into our Facebook group, you can post, and then all the other incubator members will come in and say yay or nay or whatever. And so you have a lot of support. Then, dun dun dun, the outline. Let me tell you something. We got to pause. Pause. Everyone pause. I want you all to type in outline. Go ahead right now. I'm telling you, type it in because this is the most powerful part of the process. Type in outline right now. Go ahead. Type in the comments right below. Why? In my opinion, all right, and I've written many books, and I've helped even far more people write their books. This is where the magic happens. The outline is where the book writes itself. You do this the way I teach you, the book will flow out of you like this. It won't create any stress. But how do you create an outline? Well, that's the thing. What if I told you I'm going to show you how to create an outline in 3 hours or less for any book? How about this? How about if I showed you how you could create an outline for a book, even in a niche you know nothing about? How about if I did that in front of you live in the next 2 minutes? I'll do it. I'll pick a topic I know nothing about, and we'll go create an outline, and it'll be really fun. All right, and then, of course, the titling. The titling is super key, right? So if you look at, all the titles, they are simple, but they're powerful. So we have a very, very simple way of writing titles. And again, when we work with our students in the incubator, we actually approve every title. Yes, yes, yes. We'll be together working. You can post in the group, and you can be on our live webinars and say, hey, what do you guys think about this title? And we'll sit there and rework it with you because the title is everything, right? Like in an email, they say the subject line is the most important thing because, well, guess what? If the subject line's not great and no one actually opens the email, who cares how good the email is? Yeah? So that's pretty important right there. So what are some of the biggest challenges? What I'm going to do in a second is I'm going to go into Scribble Pad and we're going to address these challenges live in front of you. I'm going to share with you how you can address these challenges forever. So the biggest challenge is, number one, is choosing the right niche. I've talked about that. If you choose the wrong niche, then I don't care how good of a book you write. It's never going to do anything, okay? Number two, finalizing a captivating title. People are afraid of titles because some people, I'm not salesy, I'm not a copywriter, I'm not, I don't know. Well, great. I'll show you how you can basically model after amazing titles that are already done for you. Creating a powerful outline, stupid simple. By the time I show it to you, you're going to sit there and smack your forehead. And then again, we can help you do this, literally hold your hand through it. And then producing an initial rough draft. This is the fun part. Now you're thinking, Anik, you said, you don't ever have to write. Yeah, you don't. I'll share with you exactly how to do that. So why don't we do this, all right? It's Scribble time. So what I want to do is I want to switch over to my Scribble Pad here, and we're going to dive in. What I do need to do real quick, since I grab my notes, they're here somewhere. I'm going to wait for my team to give them to me because I got really awesome notes. I want to go to these websites and I want to show you how we do each of these things. All right, let me just switch over systems. Let me get the notes from my team here real quick. All right, so there we go. Bam, we got my books and we got my notes. So we get to add these books. I'll just leave them here for now. I'm going to get too excited and forget what I was really supposed to talk about. All right, so step one, initiate. What is initiate? So in initiate, we want to first, of course, confirm the niche, right? So we talked about that. So I'm going to write that over here. We want to really figure out an easy way to title the book. And then I think the biggest part of step one is the outline. So I want to write it in big here. So what are some sites that you want to use that we'll actually go to in a minute? I want you to quickly, though, write these down, okay? So site number one that you want to be able to use as part of your research process, it's going to be magazines.com. Site number two, you want to use Amazon. It's just amazon.com. If you're in a different country, you can go to your local countries, whatever, it's fine. And then I use Facebook groups, all right? And we'll share a little bit about how that works. Actually, I don't really need to show it. I don't want to waste your time, so I'll just talk through it. And now another site that this is the secret one. You ready? This is the secret sauce. So when I show you, you're going to be blown away. Drum roll. Here we go. Udemy. All right, and I don't know if you've heard of it yet or not, but udemy.com, you can literally pull outlines out for anything. It's so cool. And then, of course, number 5, drum roll, the biggest website in the world. Guys, freaking Google. When I share with you how I use Google to create outlines, you're going to have one of those smack yourself in the forehead moments because it's just why didn't I think of that? It's so simple, and why am I making things so complicated? So let's do this. Let's first start with, what is a cardinal rule for niche selection? So for niche selection, I am going to go straight to magazines.com. All right, magazines.com. Let me just, this is when my OCD kicks in. I want to make sure things are as big as possible. I want to quit some things so that we don't get disturbed. All right, magazines.com. Here's the rule. If the topic you want to write a book about does not have magazines on it, don't write the book. Period. It's very simple. I tell you what, I want to write a book about skipping rocks. I love skipping rocks. I want to teach you how to skip rocks. I'm going to write a book on skipping rocks. So I go here, I type in skipping rocks. And no, right? These don't count, like rock sound, rock and gem, rock and ice, climbing. Like, okay, there you go, rock climbing. You can do. Us Weekly, Rolling Stone. They get pretty creative in how they use my words. Essence, OK Magazine. There's no magazines on the topic of skipping rocks. Now, if I want to check another one, I go to Amazon. Let me just go to Amazon.com here, and I'll type in skipping rocks. And let's see if anyone else has written a book about skipping rocks. Doesn't really look like it. So what we'll do, we can even look at all, and we'll go right here to books. Enter. That's a negative, unless you want to rock your heart out. That's about the only topic that's going to work. So when we check magazines.com, right, now let's say, Anik, I'm willing to write a book about many topics. I'm kind of curious. Like, I don't have a topic like skipping rocks. Well, you go over here to all categories. Oh, man. I get so excited about this stuff because, man, it can be so simple, but we complicate it so much. Boom! Like, just, it's awesome, right? There's so many topics that you can look to write books about that, as long as they have magazines, you know, motorsports, graphic arts, fitness, news, bridal. Sorry, that's a huge book industry. Dogs and cats, horses, wildlife, instruments and performers. What have you got? Kids and teens, gardening, home, sales and marketing, audio and video. Like, half of the ones I just read, I would read a book about, right? So, boom. Now, what we do is, even within these categories, there are other level of checks, right? Because you want to make sure you write a book that's going to be, for example, like, this book was all about email marketing and just email marketing. It was a little bit risky, but I did some research to make sure, like, I could own this market, and there was a lot of money in this market. And then the one about, you know, just literally how to create digital courses, again, you're not going to necessarily find a magazine about that. You're not going to find a magazine about email marketing. You're not going to find a magazine about this. But there are ways and are reasons to make a book about something that doesn't have magazines.com about it. So that's why we could turn to Amazon. And so I'll type in email marketing, and bam, there are books about. Look at that. That's my book. Anyway, sorry, I like nerd out on this stuff. I get so excited. So what I want to share with you is that when you're working with us in our incubator, we dive in way deeper. And so I'm giving you the 40,000 foot high level, right? Like how you can really quickly cross check things. So that's niche, right? But just because something doesn't show up on magazines.com doesn't mean you shouldn't do it. We will help you craft your true message, your true desire, and we'll make sure it fits into a category so it can sell like crazy. Now, title. Now, this is where things can get very simple. So let's pick a title. Let's pick a topic I know nothing about. David, sorry. I always want to call you Dave. It's because of Dave Kettner. All right, David, tell me a topic that you think I know nothing about.
Like dogs.
Dogs. I don't know. I like dogs. I don't know anything about dogs. Okay. So I've decided I'm going to write a book about German Shepherds. All right. Now, I'm not a big fan of like you writing a book about something you know nothing about. You could. Look, with great power comes great responsibility. So that's up to you. I think you should know something about it. But I don't know anything about German Shepherds. I want to try to name a book about German Shepherds. So what am I going to do? I'm going to open up a spreadsheet, and I'm going to go check out what other people are calling their books. Now, this particular person is spending money. It's called sponsored right here. They're spending money. Something I show you how to do because it's dirt cheap, by the way, on Amazon. To get book sales, super cheap, stupid cheap. So they're smart, is what they are. But if they're spending money, like they must be doing something right. The Complete Guide to German Shepherds. Selecting, training, feeding, exercising, and loving your new German Shepherd puppy. That's a freaking long title. But, all right, cool. Noted. German Shepherd Beginner's Guide. Complete Care. They're also spending money. German Shepherds for Dummies. Well, we can't use that title because that's trademark. German Shepherd Training. The ultimate guide to training your German Shepherd puppy. Includes 6. Forget, it's too long of a freaking title. Training your German Shepherd dog. You know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for consistent patterns. I don't want to violate anyone's hard work. But what I'm going to do is create an Excel file. I'm going to put all these titles in it, and I'm going to literally just stare at it like a beautiful mind moment and just look for trends. And I'm going to start seeing that there's certain trends and certain things like the complete guide, the training guide, things like that. German Shepherd training, the beginner's guide. You start to catch on to trends that are being used again and again, and that starts to shape your title right before your eyes. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. What you need to do is double down on what's working, all right? And that's how titles are born. That's how amazing titles are born. You can get creative with titles too, right? You can get creative titles. I have one of my books I'm writing right now is called The One-Page Business Model, all right? I will without any shame tell you exactly where the idea came from. I'll literally show you right now. I had in my last example I was showing you, it actually came up. That's why I was reminded of it. I'm writing a book right now called sorry, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm writing a book right now called The One-Page Business Model. Boom, right here. The One-Page Marketing Plan. I saw this. I love the book. It's a great book. And I read it and I'm like, dude, I love the whole idea, like the hook of one page. Like, that's so cool. So I created the One-Page Business Plan. And I love my One-Page Business Plan. I talk about it all the time. And now I'm going to write a book about it. And it's going to be awesome. And it didn't have to be hard at all. And I'm not going to upset Alan. I'm not disrespecting Alan. I'm not crossing into his territory. If I created a book called The One-Page Marketing Plan - Better, or the better one-page, that's wrong and probably illegal. So don't do that, all right? So when it comes to titling, one of the things I love about working with us on titling, when we work with our group, our incubation group, is that we make it simpler, we make it easier. You can come to us with a few title options and we literally tell you like bam, 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 we craft it with you. So we knock that out. Now, for my favorite part, and we got to kind of probably move a little bit faster through the training here, the outline. All right, so this is the part, and I want to spend some time on this because this is the part that gets people most flustered, but you don't realize the massive wealth of resources out there. So David, while we're doing this, I want you to think of another topic, okay? So I'll call upon you, but I want you to give me something a little challenging, all right? But make sure it's something that people write books about. It shouldn't be skipping rocks. All right, because what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you the three resources. The four resources I use in conjunction to create my outlines. One is Amazon. Amazon has this one feature. I don't know if you've ever clicked it, but it's just like a wealth of knowledge for authors. Facebook groups, I use this the least. This is cool. Like if you're already a part of Facebook groups and stuff, this is where usually I'll post some questions. I ask people to leave comments below. Like what topics would you want to learn about this? This is like the least used strategy, so we're not kind of going to talk too much about it, but I will share. I mean, I always teach our incubation group how to do it. Third is udemy.com. Awesome. And the last, the order in which I use these, I use Amazon the most, I use Udemy the second, and I use Google the third most, and then I use Facebook groups the fourth most. So let's jump right into Amazon. Check this out. Okay, so you ready? David, you got it?
Yeah.
What do you got?
Roasting coffee.
Roasting coffee. I really don't know anything about that. Let's see. Are there books about it? There are books about it. So would the Coffee Roaster's Companion, right? Okay, so we're ready. I don't know. I swear I love coffee. I drink way too much of it, if you can't tell from my level of energy. But you know what? Actually, let's take a moment. I haven't seen, type in coffee right now into the comment box. Come on, make it happen. Type in coffee into the comment box. All right. There we go. Oh, this is the one book that doesn't have a feature activated. Fail. All right, let's go to another one. Okay, I want to show you one so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's go to this one. There it is. Sorry, took a second. You see where it says look inside? Now, I think it must have been on the other one too. I just didn't wait long enough because I thought it's required now by Amazon on every book. What you want to do is you want to click right here on look inside. All right, and now as you click on look inside, I love this. You ready? You see that? It says table of contents. For free. For any book on Amazon, I can get their table of contents. I'm not saying you copy it. That's disrespectful and it's illegal. But just like we do funnel hacking, if you haven't heard that term, where you study people's, online sales process, just like you would study a company's marketing plan, or just like you would study a company's business plan, just like you would study a competitor's, whatever they're doing, you can study someone's outline. And Amazon makes it so that pretty much every book on the internet has their outline publicly available through Amazon. So here I go, and what I would start doing is creating an outline, okay? This is me doing a live example. If I was writing a book about roasting coffee, which I know nothing about, I would write, why home roasting? Okay, I would write this on a spreadsheet. From spoon to fluid beds? I don't know what that means. Okay, from cinnamon to charcoal. What to roast? Getting started afterwards. All right, so let's, we did what we did there. Let's find another book. I'm going to go back up here. Let's check out this guy. I know coffee. Harvesting, blending. Okay, there we go. Look inside. Let's click on it. Sometimes they won't show you. I wanted to show you this example. Sometimes they don't show you the table of contents in the book section, but if you scroll, you see it. All right. So you don't always want to look at it here inside the book sections. So right here, I start to write these down now. Right on my spreadsheet. I just throw them out. Introduction to coffee, harvesting coffee, the life of coffee bean from planting to processing, blending coffee, roasting coffee. I got all the subtopics within the chapters, brewing and grinding coffee, tasting coffee. This is pretty cool, right, David? That's pretty cool. Like any subject, any topic in the world, you can start to borrow from. And this way, you know what people are out there and what people are really interested in. Like you have a clear understanding of what people are looking for. So now let me share with you the next resource that I like to go to, which is udemy.com. So I don't know if roasting coffee would necessarily have a course, but let me pick a topic like, let's do search engine optimization, something I've been studying a lot lately. So let's just type in search engine optimization. And we look for the top courses. So this course right here, if I just zoom in a little bit, this has got 5,500 reviews. It's the most popular one, SEO 2019. Let's click into that. Now I'm on a website. I haven't paid for this, okay? I'm just on the free part. I just scroll. There it is, course content. Right there. Every single one I can break down. These are like chapters. They're actually like basically like chapters and sub-chapters. Now, never disrespect someone and take their hard work, but to see what people are interested in and see what needs to be in your outline, boom, right in front of you. Isn't that crazy? All right. So, last but not least, if I were to go to google.com, I could type in how to, roast coffee? How to roast coffee. And so I'll scroll right here, the definitive guide to roasting coffee. Thank you, Google. Guys, this is so cool because you can do this for any subject, right? And right here, chapters, titles, ideas, thoughts to help you load up your own outline with tremendous topics and tremendous ideas. So again, now imagine we work with you, we do this with you, and I'm telling you right now, 90% of the battle in writing a brilliant, amazing book is in the outline. Once you get this done, because once you see step 2, I haven't even gone to step 2 yet. Once you see step 2, create, you'll see how powerfully we use the outline. I mean, the outline for this book, right? This is such a thin book, by the way, but it's so much money. I had said this was like 10,000 words. I bet you this is like 8,000, 9,000 words. The outline, well, you'll see on the next page, it's 4 chapters. But people love this book. It's 4 chapters. It's made me millions. Not even joking. It's made me millions of dollars. All right, so what I want to do real quick, let's go back to the presentation because I actually want to tell you the story of how I created that book. Short, easy. I mean, it doesn't have to be long, but it has to be a book. And this book has its own ISBN number. It's a registered book. It has an ISBN number. So I'm a published author, and this book has done very well for me. So let me go back to the presentation. Let me just switch over screens. All right, so Passion to Profit. Bam, right over here, okay? I told you before, you see the outline. It's 4 chapters. It's called My Accident Journey, The Right Time, The Simplicity, The Success. I really wanted to create something very simple that led people into a free online course I had. So I didn't want to put it all in the book. I wanted to put it in the online course, and it was free. So step number 1, here's how I created the outline, okay? I literally sat down and I did open brainstorm. So if you should be writing about a subject you know something about, right? That's like the right thing, the ethical, moral thing to do. So guess what? You don't need to write an outline first. What you do what I call a beautiful mind moment. You're just going to write down topic. Like you create an Excel sheet and you just fill it up. And so that's what I did, right? And then from there, I did a Google form. It's free. You can go to Google Forms, and I created a survey. It took me like 3 minutes. There was 3 different Facebook groups that I went into, and I posted a link to it. Now, these groups, I know the owners, and they're okay with me doing stuff like that. And I just said, hey, looking for, I just want to know what you want to learn about when it comes to the topic of digital publishing. Can you please go fill the survey out? I got like a good 40, 50 responses. It was pretty incredible. It was very helpful. There was some topics in there that I just hadn't thought of, but I know a lot about, right? Step 3, I dove into Amazon.com. There was some very good books on the subject. And believe it or not, I actually really liked what I was creating way better, but I did pick up a few ideas that made it to my spreadsheet of like my collage of ideas. Then I went to Udemy.com. All right, but by then, you know what's funny is I had so many ideas already that there wasn't much to grab. But lately, what I teach, I've flipped it. I have now asked people to go to Amazon as step 2, Udemy as step 3, and then the Google form last, because this takes more time. Like, these two are in your control, and you can do it within the right away. And then I just spent 30 minutes in the Google rabbit hole, which, like what we did before. Imagine if you could just click around 4 or 5 different pages like that, you'd walk away with amazing ideas. But typically, again, by the time you get to Google, like, you've already gotten a lot of ideas. So this is what we actually do this together. We're happy to do this together with our incubation students and create the brilliant outline. And once that happens, we move right along to step number 2, and this is the fun step. Okay? But this is the step people are the most scared of. You ever heard of the term writer's block? People sitting there like, white screen. You're like, oh, what do? I don't. Like, all of our students who are writing books now, like, they're rapid firing, putting out books. They're literally saying, I can't believe that I didn't know how to do it the way we do it, the ICSS model, because they're actually pumping out books, something they've dreamed of doing for years, and now they're using this model. So, keyword here. You see this bad boy here? This is your phone. Whether you have an Android or you have an iPhone, this is your phone. This is going to publish your book, because we are going to show you how to record. All right, we share with you in our incubation group, we share with you all the apps and things that you need to use, but you're going to literally take your outline, because once you've created the organized outline, and you're going to pace around a room. This is what I did. This is what I do. Every book I create, every book my students create, I pace around the room, they pace around the room, that's blah, 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 blah. You look at your outline. Okay, I got to talk about this topic. Blah, 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 blah. You just talk, you talk. However long you want to talk. You don't have to be organized. You can bounce around. You can do whatever you want, because it's a total rough draft. Then you're going to learn to send that to a writer. Now you're wondering, I don't know any writers on it. I know you don't, and that's awesome. And guess what? We have a global market. I can help you get writers for a few $100 who are awesome, who will take your audios and create your first draft, and you don't have to do anything. This is why you never have to write a single word to get a book done. Then from there, I'll help you, again, using the same websites that we love to use, that we teach all of our incubation students to use. We will take you off to the realm of working with an editor. Right? They will then take the writer's work, make sure it's grammatically correct, make sure it sounds good, make sure it has good narrative. See, all these things that you think as a writer you need to know. Oh, I have to worry about the syntax and the narrative and the grammar. I suck at grammar. That's the editor's job. And last but not least, designer. What, you think I designed these covers? You think I'm a designer? I don't know anything about design. This wasn't even people from my own team. I have a team of people, but even my team didn't design these. I'll share with you the only one source we ever go to do design work. And we even, in our incubation group, we even recommend people that we think you should be working with. So the biggest challenges that you have as an author, right, that people hit, that for us, we just annihilate as a group, as a family, as a team, that we work together to write books. First is writer's block. Where do I start? How do I start? What do I do? Blank piece of paper? We get rid of it, gone. We get you to write books without ever writing a single word. Create version 1.0 of as many books as you want. Do you know what? If you could pace around a room and talk into your phone for about an hour and a half, hour to hour and a half, max 2 hours, it's a book. It's a book. So can you commit to doing that 2 times, 3 times this year? I'm talking about a matter of a few hours, the whole year. That's how many ever hours you're willing to commit to talking into this device and to sharing your message and sharing your voice. That's how many books you have in you. Imagine the impact you can create in the world. Imagine the impact you can create in your life. And imagine the business, the leads, the revenue, the sales that you can create. It's massively powerful, but you don't have to write a single word for it. It is awesome. Editors, editing, grammar, story, flow, narrative. I don't worry about it. That's a huge challenge for aspiring authors. Design, formatting, printing. Let me ask you a question. How the heck do you get a book printed? Like, how did this physically get printed and get in my hands? Like, how do I have this? How do I have this? How do I have this? They're all different colors. They're all different kinds of, covers. They're all different sizes, different lengths. There's formatting. I have no idea. I don't know. I don't need to know. Again, the system is so awesome. We tell you go to an automated system, you plug things in, boom, they pop out. Publishing, the true world of the unknown, right? So people say publishing, I got to go to a publisher. I got an agent. I got to go pitch them. I got to make a proposal. I got to do. First of all, let me tell you something. If you haven't already written a book that's doing very well, it is really hard to get publishers. Super hard. We don't even need them. 70+% of authors who make over $100,000 a year are now self-published. Why would you? Your odds, even if you were to get a publisher and publish, your odds of making $100,000 or more a year are less. Why would you go through the mess? It takes a minimum of 1 to 2 years to get a book published by a publisher. There are benefits to publishers, don't get me wrong, but not in your first, second, third, fourth book. I might go work with a publisher one day. There are benefits, but they don't outweigh the benefits of getting your first few books self-published. So, I want to show you how I crushed past this step in 5 days or less. I was going to scribble pad this, but I actually just kind of want to go through it with you because it's right here. I have a great slide about it, and that'll help us kind of cut some time too. But listen, remember, one thing is this is the key step, right? If you're going to have a book, creating the first draft, getting it, the design and everything done, and this is the core thing that we really work on with our students in our incubation program. You probably see a button that's up right now somewhere around this live feed. Click it, and you have an opportunity to book a call with us if you want to learn. We take 100 students at a time. All right, and we work with you in a very intimate environment together as a family. All of us help each other, and we help each other launch our books. That means you have potential 100 people to leave reviews for your book right from day one. I mean, it's pretty cool. And so what we want to encourage you to do right now is just go ahead and click that button, get over, and take a few minutes. This workshop will keep going. You're not going to miss anything. It takes like 2 minutes, answer some questions, book the call. In the next day or two, you get a chance to talk to an advisor. And first, you have to see if you qualify to be in that group because it's a limited group. We only take a certain number of people, and then we'll see if see if it's the right fit for you. But if everything I'm saying here and you're like, man, Anik, I'd love to work with you. I'd love to work with your team. Can you just guide me to get this done? We can. We are all the time. We've got books coming out right now of our students like this. So step one. All right. So by the way, that offer, that is available. It's open to you for as long as I'm running the workshop. Now, you have to click the button and go to the next page because we have very limited calls. So I don't know at what point we book up. That's the only thing. Like, we only take so many because we can only take so many students. So that's like, you have to click the button. If you go to the next page and there's nothing available, then you'll have to come back and try again later. I'm sorry, but things fill up. So, so this book, the full first draft was done in 5 days. This is pretty cool because this book and this one, now this book's a lot meatier than this book, but both were done in 5 days using the exact same process. A couple of my students that I've shared with you that have gone on to make millions from their books, also done in 5 days using this process. So first, step one, I used the outline, okay, and I used free voice recording apps on my phone. I love to use a Bluetooth. I don't want to walk around. It's too inconvenient for me to walk around like this. So I use a Bluetooth, and I walk around with my Bluetooth on, and I just like put my phone somewhere. I have paper in my hand, like, see, I have an outline, and I'll just walk around and just talk about the topic. That's it. Like, again, a couple hours tops. You got a book. All right, and then there are some amazing transcription services now. Now, back when I was doing this like a few years ago, I had to use a service that's $1 a minute, which was still great. Like, seriously, if you do a 2-hour recording, it's 120 minutes. It's $120 to have someone sit there and transcribe your words into basically your rough draft of the book. There's sources now that I believe that are 10 cents a word. They're automated. They like pop it out, maybe even a penny a word. I forgot what they are. But we share all of those when we work in our incubation group, and we have a list of all of the best sources. They're instant too. They're like, bam, you could record for 2 hours, and then at 2 hours and 2 minutes, you have your transcription done. Step 3, this is awesome. And I probably overpaid for this book right here. I hired $350. I hired someone on an outsourcing website to take the transcription, to create the book, to edit the book. And then again, this cover right here, it's not like the most complicated. It's a nice cover, but it's $150. That didn't include just the cover. That included the formatting of the text inside the book also. Again, we have certain sites and certain places we like to go to get these, and we even recommend certain people to our, again, have to be in the incubation student pool. And then of course, step 5, this is cool. We just used Amazon's publishing services. I think they call it Kindle publishing services now, or it's Amazon services. See, guys, here's the other thing. Like, I don't even know what that is. I don't even know the name. That's how simple it's gotten. Yet I'm a consistent, prolific author using these books to build massive impact and expert status. It's crazy. My first one sold in 4 hours. That was not from my audience. That was not from my database. That was not from friends and families. It was an organic sale that came from this book. The first 4 hours, thanks to Amazon's billions of friggin' visitors. It was so cool. So now, most won't, I keep saying 5 days, 5 days, 5 days. I don't want to set that as a frame of reference. So, I've created books in 5 days or less, but I've also been doing this for 15 plus years. I have had more prior knowledge. I'm a little bit faster and know stuff. Now, although I will teach it to you and you will know it too, I don't want to set the expectation of 5 days or less. So how many of you would be stupid ecstatic, like super ecstatic, if your book could be written in 30 days or less? Go ahead right now. I want you to type in a big, loud yes right now. Type in a loud yes right now. If in just 30 days you could get a full book done. Okay? It doesn't have to be 5, doesn't have to be 10, it could be 30. You know what? What about 60? Come on. What about 90? We're talking about you wanting to have done this for years. Oh, come on. What's it? Come on, let's type in yes. So we got yeses coming in. All right, they're coming in. All right, awesome. Wow. All right, Martha. Yes. All right, cool. Listen, this is a reality. I mean, I'm doing this. If I can do it in 5 days, do you think you could do it in 5 times as many as me? 5 times slower? That's 25 days. That's still less than 30 days. It's really awesome. And you don't have to write. You don't have to be an editor. You don't have to be a writer. You don't have to have an A+ in English. I suck at English. It was my worst grade. As a matter of fact, the funniest thing is my English teacher actually told me, word for word, junior year, third year of high school. She said, Anik, whatever you do, please don't ever write for a living. I've so badly wanted to take my books and sign them all and send them to her, but she was cool. It's okay. I know what she meant. But you don't have to be a writer to make this work. You really don't. So you got yeses pouring in. The button has popped. You have the opportunity. If you want to work with us in a more intimate... I still have 2 more steps to go through, so I'm still teaching here. But if you are to the point where you're like, man, I'm in. Like, I want to write my book. I want to work with a team. I want to monetize my book. I want to turn my book into $1 million, in sales, then go ahead, click the button, get over there, talk to our advisory team, see what we can do to be a part of our incubation group if you actually qualify or if you don't. All right, so go ahead right now, click the button, and we'll keep moving forward. So just another example here of Dr. Angel. I love her. She's one of the sweetest women I've ever met. And talk about a woman with a wealth of experience and knowledge. As a matter of fact, she was at one of our events here recently, and see, Circle Profit loves her so much too. Just fainted when I said Dr. Angel. She was at one of our events, and we started talking. Someone started talking about real estate investing, like a really complicated type. And she just started schooling them. Like, she just started teaching. And I'm like, whoa, how do you know about this? She knows about everything. And she came and said, I got to get this into a book. I want to be able to give it to my children, to my grandchildren. I want to change the world. I want people to know what I know. I've lived an entire life. And man, in a matter of, it was like 35 or 40 days, book out. The Encyclopedia of Happiness. Love the name. We worked with her through every piece of it, from the outline to the titling to the niche to the book to the publishing to the design to the cover to the getting it on Amazon. And she just had dreamed of doing this for, I think, well over a decade. And it's up and done. Victor Reynolds, basketball coach. This guy's crazy. He's one of my favorites. He's just a goofy guy, but he is an amazing guy. Basketball coach said, I want to apply the life from the lessons. I want to apply life lessons from the court to life. 30 days, book done, bam. Amazing, we're right there. Get off the bench, great title, The Secret Success Playbook to Maximizing Your Internet Business from the Coach You've Always Needed. Victor Reynolds, beautiful cover. None of this was done by him directly. We shared with him exactly how to get it done. He used the exact system we teach. And then Kenny, I can't say his last name, so I'm going to call him Kenny K, all right? I loved him. But again, now he had to invest $17,000 to come work with us. You don't. No, he had to fly in. He flew in from Europe, flew in here to work with us. You don't. You get to do it right from your home and for like pennies on the dollar. And he's now using a credible book to build his email list. He wanted to change how he builds his email list. Boom, look at this. How to grow an audience and turn it into profit using email. And he's got a book. He's building an email list, and he's just killing it. Instant credibility, instant expert status. Guys, this is just not complicated. But you got to have the right system. You got to have the right coach. You got to have the right person working with you. And that's what I want to do with you. And that's why I'm saying click the button. See, I hope there's still a call. I hope there's availability. Book your call. Get in there. Because if you fit to be in our incubator and be one of the 100 that we work with, man, your life, not just your life, your family's life, your kids' lives, your nieces, your nephews, your friends, everyone's lives start to change, and you start to turn. All of them are turning their books into hard revenue, sales, money. It's just so cool. And how are they doing it? They're using something called the RSL. So this is step 3, sell S. And I want to show you something called the Road Show Launch. This is something I created, which is specifically for those of you who say, how do I sell a book? How do I sell a book? I don't want to spend a lot of money. You're not going to, okay, listen, by the way, people say, I want to be a New York Times bestseller. I want to be a New York Times bestseller. Okay, sure, no problem. Do you know how much it costs to become a New York Times bestseller if you want to guarantee the marketing that you need? $400,000. And you know what? So I can tell you right now, if this book right here, this has made me $26 million, right? If I did the investment to try to get this to be a New York Times bestseller, put $400,000 into it, I would not own the rights to this book. I would have made probably maybe $500,000. I would have broken even. I couldn't have made $26 million from it. And it would say New York Times bestseller. That's it. If, maybe, by the way, it's $400,000 risk. I don't want you to do that. I want you to turn a book into $1 million, and I want you to get it out to thousands of people using the RSL, which is free. You don't have to pay for that. Or I want you to basically plug into Amazon's system, or I want you to use funnels, which we share with you in step 4. I want to throw it all out there for you. This is very simple, very easy. You can do it, and you can have full control over it. So the Road Show Launch, step 3. You ready? Let's move into it. So the biggest challenges aspiring authors have when it comes to step 3, number 1 is creating that initial momentum. So here's the deal, okay? I'm going to pick on a different book. I've been picking on the same books. Okay, here we go. I love this book, by the way. If you don't have it, you got to get yourself a copy. So I got the book. It's done. Let's say I'm not Anik Singal. I don't have a big audience or whatever. Now what? What do I do? Here's the book. It's done. Well, that's the thing. Creating that initial momentum, like your first 10 sales, it's everything. But how do you do it? Well, you use the RSL system, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. The other big thing that's super necessary, right, is social proof. You've got to have social proof. If you don't have social proof, what's the first thing you do? Have you ever been to Amazon looking for a book? I know you do this. I do it all the time. I do it for everything I buy on Amazon. Everything. Looking to buy a pen? I do it. You look at the reviews. You know how many reviews it have, what stars it is, what people are saying, how many 5 stars, how many 4 stars, how many 1 stars. This book right here has got 350, 400 reviews, 5 stars, all across the board. That's why it sells so well. But we have a system. That's not by luck. That's not by chance. That was by design. And I want to share with you exactly how we do that. Then starting at the bottom, how do you get to the top of Amazon? Look, when you publish a book on Amazon, they don't care. You don't have any history. So you have to leapfrog. How do you get to the top? Well, I'm going to share that with you as well. And then not having an existing audience to launch a book to means where do you get your first sales? Doesn't matter. We share with you exactly how to do that. So it doesn't matter if you have no audience. You're going to do just fine. And then especially, how do you make money? How does a book turn into $1 million? Book, $1 million. Book, $1 million. How does that happen? There's a funnel in between. You don't have one. So what do? Well, what if we build it with you? What if we help you build it? What if I help you build your funnel? Sounds cool, right? So that's the challenges people hit. So what I want to do here real quick is I'm going to take a quick second. We're going to switch over to my scribble pad. I just want to find the right notes here. And I want to go over the list of stuff. I want to write down the list of stuff that you can do that builds what we call a road show launch and costs you nothing, all right? And what we do is in our incubator, in our author incubator program, we build this with you. We actually give you checklists and worksheets. You just fill them out. As you fill them out, your whole marketing plan, your whole RSL plan becomes right in front of you, and you just follow it. Step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. It's almost boring. All right, so let me just switch over my screens real quick, and let's get right into that. All right, so step number 3, let's go and let's talk about the RSL system, okay? So in this launch plan, there's a few key things that we help you build out. So like I say, worksheets and checklists, and you just got to fill them out. It's kind of silly. It's that awesome. So the first thing is we send you on a podcast tour. We'll show you how to book an awesome podcast tour sitting right where you are. You don't have to fly anywhere, do anything. Have you ever watched a movie being launched and turned on late night TV, like if a Tom Hanks movie is coming out, or I should give a better example of a more recent actor. But anyone's coming out with a movie, what do? They are on every late night show for the weeks coming up to that movie. They are on every radio show. They're working way too hard because they're traveling doing it. You can do it right from your home. Get on a Skype and people will do a 20-minute interview with you, and they love it. And there's so many podcasts out there now. And we teach you the exact system. As a matter of fact, the world's most premier podcast booking expert is in our team. He's awesome, and he teaches exactly how to do all of this stuff. So it's free. Doesn't cost you a penny, and it gets you out to literally tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of viewers. I used this strategy big time to do my escape launch. We'll talk about that in a second. Number 2, you are going to want to do a YouTube tour. All right, you're going to want to do a YouTube tour. This one, can you tell me how many YouTube channels there are? I don't know, millions and millions and millions. So stupid easy. You go to youtube.com, you type in any keyword, like we were talking about German Shepherds, you type in German Shepherd, and you're just going to get channels and channels, and we teach you exactly how to reach out to those channels and how to submit content and videos and basically get a link back to your book, and then you can build leads and sell your products and book coaching calls, and it's just crazy, right? So YouTube tour. Number 3, this is you do what we call Instagram influencers. Now this one may not be free, okay? You can do it for free, but it's just stupid easy to do it by paying a little bit of money. But when I say pay money, I'm talking like $20, $40, and you can get your message syndicated out to tens of thousands of people for like $30. It's so amazing, and I'm just baffled. You hear a lot of conversation online about influencer marketing, but like I don't know why marketers aren't using it. I used it like crazy for my book Escape, and it worked really well. And no one's doing it. So we make sure our students have it, big part of their plan. Our incubator students are, boom, right in there, this big part of their plan. Number 4, viral giveaways. 5% of my sales for Escape came from viral giveaways. Plus, I built an email list of about 14,000 people. Brand new email list of 14,000 people using viral giveaways. We have one of the world's leading viral giveaway experts. He's like, I could walk to his office right now. He's like right over there. Like I could throw a baseball over there. And he's going to come on and teach you exactly how to do it. There are automated softwares that will help you do completely kick-butt viral giveaways. The viral giveaway will cost you a couple $100, and you'll get thousands of email leads for it. Come on, we'll do that any day, right? A couple $100, thousands of email leads, and tons of book sales, and tons of book downloads. There's nothing better than that. So we show you how to do that. But yeah, it takes a little bit of money, like a few $100. Number 5 is a big part of your RSL strategy. We teach you to become what we call a contributing author. Now, I got to tell you, this is not one of my particular favorites. And the reason I say that is because it's a little bit too much work. By the time you get through all of these guys, you're going to be selling so much of your books or getting so many leads and downloads, you're not going to want to do this one, but it does work. I have used it, and it does work. Contributing author is a way for you to start writing content, videos, audios, and submitting to existing platforms that have thousands of users that are looking for content. It's a little bit tougher to establish that relationship early. And then even once you do, they require you to create content. So if you have like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these relationships, you can get pretty busy. But they're like super quality content. Super quality leads that you get. Super quality leads. I'm talking like the best of the best. So it's worth it. But by the time you get through our plan and we work with you on 1, 2, 3, 4, I don't know if you're going to want to do 5. And then number 6, I've used this so much when I was younger and just starting my company, but forum signature files. Again, I don't think you're going to want to do this. By the time you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you'll be like, hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, actually. You'll be like, I'm getting like hundreds and hundreds of leads a day. I'm good, right? And then you're going to move into step number 4, which is scale, and we'll be able to start teaching you how to use Facebook ads and Google ads and all these other things to get literally thousands of leads a day, which is where we are right now, and it's awesome. I love it. It's better than absolutely anything in the world. So the RSL is something that we will work with you. Again, you have to be part of our incubator to get like that hands-on help, or for now, write these down. If you're not in our incubator, you know where to start Googling and looking and searching and researching. But man, imagine this. The other thing that we help you do to sell your book is we help handle all of the social proof. So let me show you some of the important things that are necessary. Let's go to Amazon, right? So let me just type another topic. And David, give me another topic, any topic. Something popular, something there's a lot of books about.
Popular, other books about cooking.
Cooking. All right, cooking. It's a good one. So now we go to cooking, and just look at this. David, you tell me, I'm not going to give any input here, but which book would you be more likely to purchase? This one or this one?
Science of Cooking.
Okay, why? Because I disagree. He doesn't know. Put him on the spot. He has no idea. All right, let me tell you why that I think the first one will get a ton more sales. 2,800 reviews. This one's got 66. This book may be way better. I don't know, but we're such a judgmental society that we judge a book by its cover, literally. And here it's 2,800 reviews. Now, 2,800 is a lot to get to, but when you search through books, imagine how many times you have done this. It's actually a big part of Amazon's algorithm and rating, but bigger thing is humans look at, so the social proof element is so important, right? That's part of your RSL. Early on, you've got to get reviews. No one wants to be the first person. When this thing says 0, no one wants to actually take a chance. So what we do as part of our incubation group is we actually have the review club. So when you come on, you're like, hey, my book is done. You post it. We all run in. And we all get in there and we make sure your numbers get up. We make sure you got good reviews. We buy your book. We get that buzz going. We get that feel going for your book. We start getting it to rise up. That's one of the best things about being in the incubator group, because you actually have that RSL. Now you have the long-term marketing plan. Now guess what? We also have people in our incubator that have YouTube channels, that have podcasts, that have blogs. And so you can actually prospect one another. And so we just kind of spark that entire thing. So again, if that's something that you're like, you know, you're part of that family, I really want to be in that, go ahead and click the button that you see, or maybe there's a URL on the screen, but click the button, get to the next page, fill out the form. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna love it. All right, so that social proof element is so important. Those early sales are so important, and we make sure that you actually have all of that. We just make sure that all gets done, just gets done for you. All right, so the biggest open network in the world that you can plug into is Amazon. And that's where we focus. When you're first getting your book up, we just want to make sure organically you're ranking very well. Let me show you a strategy I learned from a friend of mine. I'm going to give him the full credit for this. Adam Hoagie was brilliant, and he talked to me about the importance of categories. Okay, so Adam, all credit goes to you, my friend. I'm not taking any of this credit from you. And so let me actually show you what he meant. Now, you would never think, right? But we help you, and we're actually going to get Adam on. He will do a free training and teach you how to do this, but you will never think that the category in which you list your book is so important. And the category doesn't even show up till way down here, right here. So important. Okay, so first of all, this book is like stupid popular. It's number 80 in books, like all books. But just real quick, look at this. Regional and international cooking and wine. All right. Let me see something. Is there anything about wine here? It's not about wine. Interesting. All right. This person, whoever's managing their listing, they know what they're doing. Cooking, food, and wine reference. Cooking encyclopedias. There's an actual category on Amazon called cooking encyclopedias. Did you know that you have full control over what categories your book shows up in? That is not Amazon. That is not them determining it. You can dictate that. And your choices of what you put here could be the be-all, end-all of the initial success of your book. And so we literally, in the family, in the incubator, we go over exactly what those rules are and how to make sure you pick the right, perfect categories so that you're constantly showing up high in different bestseller lists and keeping your book. And that's how you get natural progression of your book. Even when it's non-existent, that initial boost that we give you through the review club and the initial boost we give you just from the RSL plan and how we teach you to do stuff, it skyrockets you to the top of certain categories, and that puts your book on the map. Boom. You're off to the races. How cool is that? This is all part of step 3. We've literally decoded how to get a book out there. If you have no audience and little money and you just want to get your message out and you want to get the initial process to turning your book into $1 million. It's really in step 4 where we start to do like some of the key work to turning your book into $1 million. But this is pretty powerful and this is pretty cool. But, you know, and then we talked about social proof. And then the last piece, I just want to share something with you. Amazon has a marketing program called Amazon Marketing Services, AMS. And I cannot tell you how simple and how easy their marketing program is. It's actually downright boring and painful. It's that easy. And it is so cheap. I am in one of the most competitive marketplaces on Amazon. I'm in the entrepreneurship space. I'm bidding after books like the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I'm bidding after books like Influence. Like these are like mainstream books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I'm getting clicks for like 20 cents a click. 20 cents a click, 15 cents a click. The ad system is so easy, you have no control over anything. They barely let you write your own ad. They just take your listing, which we help you create the perfect listing, and they just dump it in there, and you just give it a few keywords, and you hit go, and that's it. And it's almost hard to lose money. It's almost hard. I set up my ads now in November of last year. November of last year, I set up my ads. Haven't touched them. There's no need to. They're always running profitable. So does it cost something? It's just a tiny little bit. Cost a tiny little bit, yes. But we're talking 15, 20 cents. Come on. You're getting leads. Once you put them through step number 4, you're going to be making thousands from them. So we don't even have to worry about that. All right, so how I sold 36,000 copies of this beautiful book in 14 days. Okay, imagine a timeline. 3 months. It took me 90 days to plan. So this is after I wrote the book. A great roadshow launch is going to take you 90 days. And that was what the marketing plan I put through. And that's exactly the document that we give you. So in those 90 days, I got all my ducks in a row, because the thing with a roadshow launch is you want to be you want to be a guest on people's things, right? So we want to show you how to be on podcasts. By the way, you don't have to be on video. You can just do audio if you're scared of video. But you got to book these things a couple months in advance. Now, people are busy and people have guests. They have their schedules full. So we share with you how to get all these things lined up, right? We share with you how to get all these things lined up. So it was a 30-day process. And then it went live in, it was a 3-month process. And then it went live in that 14 days, which just crushed it. I used influencers, podcasting, YouTube interviews, and then I did do Facebook ads, but most of my sales came from influencers. We did affiliate influencers, Instagram influencers, YouTube influencers, and podcast influencers. And we were just crushing it. So the roadshow launch isn't just about getting your first 10, 20, 30, 40 sales. It's not. It is about getting your first 10, 20, 30,000 sales, leads, whatever you want. There's so many different funnels that you can use. So listen. How many of you right now, I want to ask you a question. I want you to really type in yes for this if you're excited. How many of you want to help each other climb to the top of rankings? Who would love a full community? Type in yes if you would love a full community and family to help you launch your book, to help you create the outline, to help you approve your niche, your title, to actually get it recorded, to help refer you to the best people to write it, to edit it, to design it, to format it, to publish it, to list it, to walk you through that process. And then when it's ready, to help you launch it, to help you plan the marketing, to help you get your first reviews, to help you get your first sales, to help you get feedback and all that positive momentum going on Amazon. I mean, I get excited just thinking about what we put together. It's amazing. But that's why it's a family, and we have to keep it highly limited, right? So if you're interested, and if that's something you want to do, that 100 people you want to be in, again, that button is there. It's live. The URL is right there. Get to it. Move to it. Now, we have very limited calls that we allowed to be booked. Very limited calls. So it's up to you. It's up to you if you book it. Well, actually, kind of up to us, because sometimes we run out of spots. So want to go to the URL, click the button. If there's no call spots available, then you're gonna have to just remember what the URL is and kind of come back to it later. All right, you'll have to come back to it later and hope that something's open. But you want to make sure that you book the call and you show up for the call, because the advisor you speak to is going to answer all your questions. But they're also going to see if it's the right time for you. They're going to see if you're the right fit for the program and if it's the right time for you. All right. So yes, come on, click the button, get over there. We still got a ways to go. We're still on step number 4 moving in here. So this is pretty powerful stuff. So let's talk about step number 4. All right, so in scale, this is where books become millions of dollars. And this is where there's only 3 funnels I need you to learn. And you are going to spend, imagine if you're in our incubator program, you're going to spend months with me. I'm going to make you into a funnel Jedi. But you only need to know these 3 funnels. You can turn off everything else out there. Just these 3 funnels that I want you to learn, okay? So what are the challenges aspiring authors have? Well, first of all, advertising money required to scale. Okay, people don't have thousands of dollars. Well, that's why we do step 3 first. We get the blood coming, right? We get the flow going. So we get the cash coming. But the best part about funnels is, okay, so right now you say, Anik, I don't have any money. So here, I got $20 here, okay? All right, if I gave you $20, right? And every time I gave you $20, you give me $20. This is 20, this is a 50, okay? You give me 20, I take the 20, I give you 50 back. So you gave me 20, I give you 50. How many times would you do this transaction with me? How many times? You only had $20. But you gave me 20, now you have 50. So you have now two 20s and a 10. Would you give me those two 20s again if I gave you 50 every time? You would, wouldn't you? Very quickly, you start to accrue a lot of money, and that is how funnels work. So we address the advertising money required to scale. We do it as a family, as a group in the incubator program. Advertising requires money and budget, right? So we address that because we make sure that that's flowing in. Monetization. Every book is wasted. Do you know how many books have been written that are just dead? They're wasted if they're not monetized. I hate people that say, I don't care for money from my book. I just have a passion to talk about. Well, that's great. And I hope you write the book just for passion. But this says passion to profit. There's a reason. Because when you are making money from your book, you can spend more money to get it out to more people. And the more people that see it, the more people that get impacted by your message. So the money part drives the success of your book. Well, we teach you how to get there. So monetizing requires funnels. And I'm going to show you those 3 funnels. But in our incubator program, I will actually help you literally master them. Final question, which funnel is right for you? Because you don't want to do all 3. Remember, like this book is super successful. I've only done 1 of the 3. Like over time, I'll add the other 3 or the other 2. So this is simple. It's systematic. It's not an overwhelm of boom. You have to do all of this stuff. It's actually the exact opposite. So I started scaling, and my secret power were these 3 funnels. Funnel number 1, okay? Funnel number 1 is right here. This is traffic, okay? So this first part right here, this is traffic. It goes to a page where I offer you a free book. Free digital download. You can have it. I don't have to ship it. I don't have to print it. There's no cost. But I have an ISBN. It's an officially published book. Free if you register to attend my workshop. If you attend my virtual workshop, I have a product that I will sell on the workshop. It might be $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. And so what happens when you register and attend the workshop, I tell you, you can get the book, but you have to be on the workshop. You get the book, and I get an opportunity to monetize. This funnel is what made me most of the $26 million from this book right here. That funnel right there is what made me most of the money, all right? That's funnel number 1. Then we go into funnel number 2. Now, funnel number 2 is the funnel that has generated the most email leads for me that I can ever possibly tell you. It's very simple. And typically, this is going to be the funnel that you're going to start with. This is the funnel that I recommend most of our first-time authors to start with because it's super quick to put up, super easy. You put an opt-in page. You've seen that. You wouldn't even be watching this workshop if you hadn't been through an opt-in page. It's very easy to put up. There's literally tons of systems and softwares out there that can help you do it. So you go from opt-in page, you get put into an autoresponder. We show you exactly how to do this. Nothing technical. You don't have to know any technology. And now you have the lead. So if I offer, this is how I got 1.6 million downloads of this book. I said, I'll give you the digital copy, but you got to give me your email address. You know, you have the book. You got to give me your email address. And people are happy to do it. So you give me your email. I got collected 1.6 million email addresses because of this book that took me 5 days to put together. That is a very, very profitable relationship. It's the size of a small city. 1.6 million emails. And then you know what, on the other page, what I can do? Initially, when you're a first-time author, you don't have funnels and products and digital publishing and blah, blah, blah. You can literally take a great affiliate offer you love, someone else's product, someone else's sales process that is willing to pay you a huge commission, and you can just say, you know what? I'll just refer you over there. I will make money. I will monetize. I will do the 20 and 50 deal using someone else's product, and I don't have to do all the hard work. Pretty easy, right? Pretty straightforward, pretty simple. And those people, I want you to go here. Again, this is the cool part of being in our incubator. We actually work on that. We figure out which one's right for you. And then step number 3 here, or funnel number 3, sorry. Now this is the most intense funnel. It's also awesome. You make a ton of money. So I've run this funnel, funnel number 3 I've run for these 2 books here. Done very well. 40,000+ books sold using funnel number 3. Like 106,000 books sold using funnel number 3. I don't ship. I don't like store books here. I don't mess around with anything. I don't print these books. I don't know how books are printed. But you take them to a sales page right here, and you basically say, hey, you can have this book for free. Just give me shipping and handling. Give me like $8 for the shipping and handling. I'll send the book to you. You break even. But then you get the ability to give them upsells, right? And in those upsells is where you create profit. The thing is, you have to have the upsells. So if you're sitting there going, I don't have upsells. I don't have products. Great. Forget about it. We'll start with the right funnel for you. You do not need to have all of these funnels. That's the best part, right? You don't need to have all of these funnels. You just, honestly, you don't even, we're on step 4. You can start, your book can start creating tremendous success on step 3. You don't even need a funnel at all. But once you get to a funnel, boom, we got lots of options and we help create the best option for you. So how exactly did my book, 265,000 downloads into the first 14 days, right here, boom. This book, the first funnel I ever did was funnel number 1. Funnel number 1, which was that was if you opt in for my presentation, for my webinar, for my workshop, I'll give you this book for free. That was my first funnel I ever did with this book because this book was an accident. This book was never meant to be a book. It was supposed to be a free report. I'm just not even kidding. I started writing, I got passionate. I started recording, they transcribed it, I gave it to an editor. The editor sent it back to me and said, you wrote a book. This is 45,000 words, and it's a lot bigger project than you promised me. You should probably pay me a little bit more. And I'm like, okay. And she goes, you wrote a book. And I'm like, really? I'm like, whoa, I wrote a book. Like, cool, I wrote a book. So first, 265,000 downloads just by saying, and we use influencers for that. We use affiliates, influence, a little bit of Facebook traffic, but mostly influencers. They just drove mad traffic. People love this book. It got viral, right? It got super viral. 265,000 downloads in the first 14 days using funnel number 1 on this book. So we gave away tons of copies. We did viral giveaways. We did everything I should teach you in step 3 in the roadshow launch. All right, and then we started running actual ads because that's step number 4. We built a funnel. We went straight to funnel number 3. Okay, we went straight to funnel number 3, and I was like, I've got all this money flowing in now from the book, so I started selling the book, and I started building more products and having funnels and all of that. So we started doing Facebook ads, and we did affiliates. But note, not first. First, we kept it easy, kept it simple. We used the very simple methodology to get the book done, written, published. We did the roadshow launch strategy. Only after that was successful did we climb our way into step number 4, and we started creating, that was our sales page, was still up and running, still selling every day. And then the book just went freaking nuts after that. And that's how we use Facebook ads to scale it. Then we use Google ads to scale it. Then we started and we launched funnel number 2. So that way we had all 3 funnels. So I had funnel number 1, that was the initial success. I did it through step number 3. And then funnel number 3 was the second funnel we did. And then funnel number 2 was the third. Okay, you know what? I probably am making no sense to you. Here is the summarization of all of what I said. It is not hard. It is very simple to turn a book into amazing, kick butt, killer revenue, tons of sales, millions of dollars, but you got to go through the steps and you got to let us help you do that. And that's what we're doing with our students. I've done it again and again and again with people, created millions. So what I want you to do is I want you to ask yourself a question. Hey, do I want to be in the family? Do I want to be in the author incubation program? Can I get admission? Do I qualify? We don't know. You got to talk to a Learn advisor. You got to talk to one of our team members. And the way you do that, bam, click the button, get over there. If there's a URL, go to the URL. But click the button, get over there. I hope there's a time slot available. If there is one, grab it. I mean it. Grab it right now. All right. Dominique Fraser, this is a really funny story. Okay. She came to our bestseller workshop, the first one. She paid $17,000 to come there. Didn't even do a book. Didn't write a book. Why am I talking about her? She didn't write a book. Do you know the part that she was like, boom, I know exactly what I want to do? She loved the funnels, and she grabbed onto funnel number 1, the first one. And all she did is wrote a little teeny free report. She did not get an ISBN. She did not go through design. She did not go through writers and editors. She was like, I get the point. I want funnel number 1. I'm going to go get people to book calls with me. And within just weeks, $40,000 in sales. That's pretty powerful. It's pretty powerful. And so here is someone who didn't even utilize all of the steps. She just jumped around. But because we worked with her, so I literally helped her. Our team that runs the Author Incubator program helped her, and she wanted to leapfrog. We said, all right, whatever, let's do it. $40,000 in sales. Pretty killer stuff. This was actually, I want you to meet Andrew Lance, and I want you to meet Steven. These 2 guys are going to become your best friends. They are leaders of our Author Incubator program, and they are just amazing. This was our second bestseller workshop. We had 3 students who flew in. They paid a lot of money, flew in from all over the world, took tons of time off their work, loved it. They're all writing their books right now. They're probably published by the time you're watching. But you don't have to spend what they did, not even close to it, not even a dime close to it. They came out and you don't. You can do right from where you are right now. So in summary, look, this is my next big focus. I know what a big game changer authorship and writing books and publishing books has been for me. The reason that most people don't do this is because of a lot of lies and myths that you've believed in by now that are how hard it is, how complicated it is. I don't want to write. I'm not a writer. It's too expensive. I don't want to hire people. I don't know where to hire people. I don't know what to write about. I don't know what to call my book. I don't know how to market it. I don't know how to publish it. Take a deep breath and let it all out, because we've gotten it down to a very simple system. We want to work with you. I don't want to just give you a bunch of videos, okay? I do not want to hand you a bunch of videos, tell you to watch that, or give you a PDF and say, go watch it and we'll read it and go get it done. No, we want to do it with you. We want to give you the ability to work with us, to ask us questions. And that's my mission, is for the next 90 days, I want to work with and get 100 books published. Okay, so we run in classes, and once we have our class full, we have our class full. I'm sorry, there are 0 exceptions to the rule. Do you want in? That's the question that's left now. And if you want in, I've been telling you for the longest time. I told you, I promise you, I got nothing to sell you today. I'm not asking you for $1. What I'm asking you is to ask yourself a question, and that is, do I want to do this? Am I serious enough about my life, about my mission, about my message, about my business, and about my family, and about my future to do something meaningful? And if I really want to get this done to propel my business to the next level, then you have answered yes. Then do you want in? Then you know to click that button. You know to go to the URL. Do you want weekly hand-holding guidance and networking? Do you want to be a part of a family? This is not a mastermind. This is not a networking group. This is a family. We work together like this to get the book up. We don't just work together to write the book. We work together to design the book, to create the book. We work together to launch the book. We work together to get reviews. We work together to scale the book. We literally are a family. Now, do you want to be a part of that? Type in yes right now. Come on. Do you want to? You get to type in yes. Now, this program, I have to take a sip of my coconut water here. I've been going a while, an hour and a half here, I haven't taken a sip. All right. It's a qualify-only program, okay? So I don't have anything for you to buy right now. Now, there is an investment involved in being a part of the program. And that is because we have a lot of our team members that wrap around you, work with you. There's a lot of costs that learning curves, and we need to recover those. But our true mission isn't, we're not profiting from it ridiculous. Our mission is to get these books done. Okay, our mission is to get you to become an author. Our mission is to see you propel, because we do have programs I want to sell you, by the way, but I want to sell those programs to you once you're an author. I want to sell those programs to you once we've helped you get your business up and running and you're making money, because then we've got killer programs. They're far, far more expensive. They're $15,000, $20,000, $25,000, $30,000. Why don't we talk about that in the future? Right? Once you've created major success. So what I need to do right now is I need to get you to create success. And the best way I'll do that, the best way I'll get you to get your book out, is to work with you, with my team, to put everybody behind you. But it's not free, right? So please don't book a call if you're expecting it all for free, because it's not going to happen. And I need you to be a serious entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship takes time and money. It takes money. You got to invest into it. Maybe we'll have another class in the future, okay? But you got to be ready to invest time and that money into it. So what I want to do real quick, okay, is I do want to break for a second, and I want to go over the curriculum just to show you how intense our incubator is. Super raw, okay? It's written on a Google Doc, and I just want to share with you. I want to peek. You need to take a peek into it, all right? So give me a second here, because I have to switch my screen, but I am going to I'm going to freeze screen so you don't see some stuff, and then I'm going to pop the screen back onto the right screen. All right, there we go. The screen's on. I don't think my team's going to want me doing this, but I want you to see how much heart and soul we put into this, what you're getting yourself into when you're in the incubator program. Week 1, 5 steps to becoming a bestseller. Week 2, create a list of 5 book ideas, all right? 5. We dare to say it. You've got a lot of books in you. Week 3, create your focus statement. Week 4, create your outline. By the way, some people skip ahead. We will work with you. Create your outline. Part 2, this is finalizing your outline. Week 6, write your first draft and editing the whole process, getting someone else to do it. By the way, when we say write your first draft, remember, you don't have to write. Week 7, publish your book. We're already there. Week 8, create your marketing plan. Literally step by step. We'll work with you on your roadshow launch. We'll work with you on your influencers, your everything, all right? Week 9, podcast and YouTube tours. Week 10, build your author platform. Week 11, Amazon Money Machine. We teach you exactly how to turn on ads in Amazon. We teach you exactly how to dominate Amazon, how to get top rankings in Amazon. It's nuts. We bring in some top experts around the world who are Amazon experts. Week 12, next steps. This is where we just start then, and we start talking about scaling. We talk about funnels and a lot of really amazing stuff. That's all I can show you. That's all I have the guts to show you. All right? It's really powerful stuff, guys. It's super, super, super powerful. What I need you to do right now is make a decision. If you want to be a part of the program, right? What will the end results be if you get accepted? The end results will be you will have a book up and running. You'll have a book that makes an impact in the world, makes a change, changes the direction of your family, of your life, of you, of your business, of everything you've ever wanted. But then you'll also have a book up that can become multi-millions of dollars. Each one of my books, by the way, each one of my books up here, and most of the books of the students who I've personally worked with, each one of these books has turned into 7 figures or more. Some of them 8 figures. 2 of the books have turned into 8 figures in revenue. You can't ignore that, guys. That is too amazing to ignore. It's too amazing. We're building something truly special here, truly special, that doesn't exist. You know, there's nothing like an incubator like this, not anywhere in the world, of all the countries, of all the people teaching this, an incubator program like this, where we work as a family, where we help one another get up and running and get launched, and doesn't exist. Imagine literally being part of the incubator. First and foremost, I want to tell you about some of the bonuses that we give. Now, this is if you're in the incubator. There's nothing to buy. I don't have any credit card drop or anything for you. The best I've got for you is you've got to qualify. It's got to be the right time. And for that, you have to talk to our advisors. You get the chance to book the call right now. There's a button somewhere. There's a link. Go to it. Book your call. I hope there's spots available. If there aren't, keep checking. If there's no calls available, keep checking. 100 people per class. That's it. That's where we cap. And so you have an opportunity. First of all, full workshop and hand-holding to get your book written without ever writing a word. We will show you precisely to the T the details, the apps to use, the steps to use, the people to use, the websites to use, the process to use, everything about how to get a book done without ever writing a word. Bonus number 2, instant publishing with 0 hassles. My publishing team in my company, the ones that go out there and get me up on Kindle, get me up on Amazon, get me an ISBN, get me formatted, get me uploaded, all of it, they're going to be your team. They're going to run the trainings. They're going to be available to answer your questions. They're going to be live weekly there to help show you what to do. That you will never have a question. You don't have to turn to Google. You don't have to pay people or hire experts when you don't have to. We'll answer those questions for you. Bonus number 4. Oh, we're already in. Sorry. Bonus number 3, the RSL plan. Work with our coaches to finalize your entire marketing plan. Worksheets, the checklist, everything you need. I've never done this before. No one's ever done this before. No one even knows how to do a proper roadshow launch. We will show you how to do it. The best part about a roadshow launch is you're doing a virtual roadshow launch. You're doing it right from your kitchen, or right from your home, right from your home office. The AMS Autopilot. This one alone, right here, honestly is worth everything in the world. If you are thinking about joining our incubator, do it for this alone here. We have the #1 expert in the world when it comes to ranking and dominating on Amazon. Multi-time, I think he told me he sold over 5 million books on Amazon. Okay? And he's going to come on and he's going to do training for our incubator students. He's going to show you how to dominate Amazon, whether it be through the advertising system, through organic rankings, but basically how to make millions from Amazon without even funnels. That's cool. Bonus number 5, $1 million book extended workshop. Funnel mastery with yours truly, right here. Boom. I have done over $200 million in sales thanks to Funnels Online. I have tested hundreds of funnels. I've gotten it down to 3. I gave you a crash course here on this workshop. Imagine spending months with me where I teach you how to implement those funnels to turn your book into $1 million. And that is what you will get with this. So right now, the moment is here for you. We have 100 seats. How do you join our author program? What do you have to do? Right now, what you need to do, okay, I'm going to give you a break. And we've come to the end of the workshop. So what I want you to do is you have to make a decision right now. Is this what you want? Do you want to get to a place? Do you want to get to a point where you can enroll with us, be a part of our family, and help get your entire book done, launched, reviews, sold, ranked, all of it in an intimate environment working with us? If that's something you want, then I'm telling you right now that what you need to do, okay? I'm literally going to give you like a few minutes left now because we're kind of come. I have some questions. I'm going to go over some Q&A, but we'll come to the end here. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to make that decision. I want you to click that button. What's going to happen? The process is going to go like this. Okay, when you click that button, you're going to get a chance to schedule a call. You're going to answer some questions. Now, make sure you show up for the date and time that you scheduled the call for. Make sure you show up. Now, that strategy session with your advisor, that person is going to determine whether you qualify, whether it's the right time, and maybe extend you an invitation into our incubator. And at that point, you get to make the decision of how serious are you about changing your life through the power of a great book. That'll be your option. That'll be your chance, okay? So here you go. Literally going to give you 10 seconds right now. All right? Go ahead, make that decision. Click the button. We'll keep talking, and you'll still hear me. If you click the button, this webinar will keep going. But click the button, book the call, because the longer you wait, the slots go away. When they go away, they go away. They're gone. And then you have to like sit back and wait. Don't let destiny wait. If you want to write a book, you want to work with us, you want to be a part of the family, come on, do it right now. Do it right now. All right, so there will be 100 seats. It's up to you, all right? I hope you get to be a part of the program. Now, listen, while we have a few more minutes left, so while I'm going, I can promise you that the link will stay active and that the ability for you to book this free call, free strategy session with our advisors will remain open. But when we end, it ends, right? I want to answer some questions for you guys. So question number 1, how much will publishing a book cost me? Again, I've been very clear about this. If you are one of those places where you're like, I got $50 to my name, listen, this is not the time for entrepreneurship, okay? I need you to be committed to this. Here's what I challenge you to do. Don't just say, I don't have money, screw this, I'm upset, I'm angry. No. You know what? There's a great thing called Uber. Go drive Uber. You know what? Get a part-time job. You know what? That PlayStation you play, sell it. There are things around that you can do to commit to your dreams as an entrepreneur. Go do that. When you do that, and when you are ready, when you're serious and you have the time and money to do this, come back. We'll be here. That's what Learn does. That's we're always here, right? What are the requirements for me to get accepted into the incubator program? I don't know. Are you serious? Right? That's the first question. The first thing that your advisor is going to know on the phone is, how bad do you want this? Because my goal is to have a 100% success rate. I want 100 students out of 100 students to publish their book. That's what I care the most about. I don't care about anything else. I care the most about that. That's what my advisors are looking for. So how serious are you? If you're not dead serious, then don't apply right now, because trust me, these guys are trained. They won't be able to pick up on it. So you need to be serious. You need to be in a place where you're not like, hey, I have no money, because that's not serious business, okay? The third thing is you need to be in a place in your life where the book would be the right step for you. Some people we talk to are like, look, there's other things you should do in business before writing a book. That's not the right. So your advisor, being an advisor, tells you exactly the right step to take. So those are the core requirements, but it's different for everybody. Come to the call, come honestly, okay? Don't come trying to trick your advisor to get admission into the program. It won't be best for you. Come honestly. Let us give you honest advice on what's best for your business. That's what Learn does. That's who we are. That's what we're here for, all right? What if I'm not a good writer? I'm not a good writer. My first D- ever in school was in writing. Seriously, I was a straight A student. Was blazing through school. Straight A's left and right. Hit my AP writing class in junior year, third year of high school. First assignment, D-. I worked my butt off. I nagged my teacher. That's why the teacher said, hey, listen, if you do us a favor, please don't ever write for a living. Ta-da! But she's not wrong. I still suck at writing. You don't have to be a good writer. That's the best part about our system. ICSS. We do not have to write even a word to get your book done. Question number 4. What if I don't already have an audience? So what? Step number 3, RSL, Roadshow Launch. We address exactly that. You don't have to have an audience. If you don't have an audience, if you're just getting started, you don't have an email list, you don't have a big Facebook page, you're not an influencer, awesome. You don't have to be. We'll show you exactly how to get your book out to the rest of the world and become an influencer and gain an audience through the power of what we teach you. Question number 5, what if I don't have a topic or niche in mind? That's a tricky one. All right, listen, if you really, really don't know what you want to start a business about, if you really have no idea, maybe this isn't the right time for you. I'll be honest with you, right? We do help you choose a niche and topic. But if you come in and you're like, oh, I'm ready to write a book about anything, whatever, I just want to make some money. You're not going to get into the program. It's not the right time. You got to want to write a book about something more than just like, I want to make some money. It's just required. So that's why I said, like, when David said, hey, roasting coffee, I was like, I'll do it as an example, but I don't know anything about roasting coffee, so I wouldn't write a book about it because it wouldn't be cool. So if you don't have a topic or niche in mind at all, or if you have like 3, you're like, I'm really passionate about topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. I need to pick the first one that I should write a book about. Great, awesome, that's fine. But if you're like, I don't care, I don't like anything. I just want to make some money. Not the right program for you. Not the right family. Not the right incubator for you. Question number 6: what kind of ongoing support will there be? That's awesome. What a good question. We get this a lot. A lot, actually. So technically, we always say it's a 90-day program. It's not. Like we always say, it's like a 90-day program, a 3-month program. Our incubation. It's really not. We stick with our students. If you stay serious and you keep working it, man, we will stay with you. That's the thing. So after the 90 days, we still talk about funnels. Right? So we still teach you funnels. That's when we start teaching like really scaling books and like some advanced stuff. So we stay with you. There is no ongoing costs or anything like that. We want you to have massive success so that you want to give us more money for other workshops and for other advanced training. That's the honest, truthful answer right there. Question number 7, how long will it take to get my book published? That's up to you. Seriously. Amazon takes like a day and a half or a couple of days to approve your book once you upload it. ISBNs take like minutes to get. So it's a matter of how I wrote books in 5. Well, okay, so it's not fair. I wrote Circle of Profit in 5 days. This book right here, the third one, my first book ever. But it wasn't published in 5 days. It probably took about 2 weeks. The shortest I've ever published a book from the day I had the idea to publish was 2.5 weeks. That's like, so let's say that's the shortest. I don't think you'll hit that short. I don't want you to hit that short. I want you to learn the process. I don't want you to race through it. I want you to learn it. So I'm going to say anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months. Now, if you don't do what we ask you to do and you don't do the assignments and you're not part of the family and you're not participating and you're not accountable, I don't know, it could take you years. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but that's the average, right? About 3 weeks to 3 months. We've had, most of our students tend to kind of do it in that 60 to 70 day range. But that's because they have full-time jobs, they're parents, they got lives, they're only putting an hour in here and there. So if you come in swinging and give it all the time and attention, 30 days, 35, 40 days max, very reasonable. Question number 8, come on, what are you doing, by the way? Click the link, click the button, go to the URL, get over there, book the call. All right, I know that the calls are being booked up left and right. Talk to an advisor. All these questions, talk to your advisor. That's what we have so many advisors here for. They're in the room right there. They're brilliant people, and they will help guide you, show you, walk you through the whole thing. So book your call. I mean it. You're running out of time now, okay? I don't have any experience with online marketing or publishing. Is that a problem? Nope. Might be better, to be honest with you, because you're not coming in with a bunch of bad habits. Like, we can mold you the right way. We will have to teach you a little bit more. Like, we might want you to go do a little bit more research. Like when I say Facebook ads, or when I say influencer marketing, or when I say Instagram, like you might be like, what's that? Well, just watch some YouTube videos. We'll tell you which ones to go watch. So we'll get you up to speed. You have to work a little bit harder the first few weeks, just a tiny bit the first few weeks than the rest of the gang. But don't let that hold you back from your dreams of getting a book done. Seriously, don't let that hold you back. Question number 9, I haven't won any awards or anything. Can I call myself an expert? Yeah. I haven't won any. I've barely won any awards. I hadn't won awards before I wrote my first book. Awards don't mean crap, okay? Let me ask you something. Whatever it is you do for a living, I bet you know more about that topic, or whatever hobby you have. I bet you know more about that topic than a lot of other people in the world. Not everyone in the world, but a lot of other people in the world. And if that's true, you're an expert. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't more people in the world that know more than that about that topic than you. That doesn't mean that. It just means that you know more about that topic than a lot of people in the world. Hence, you are an expert. Important thing to know. All right? It's a really important thing to know. So yes, you can absolutely be an expert and people will love you and still, but that's why the book is important. You know that a book is more valuable to establish your expert status than any award or anything you can win? I mean it. So this is why it's changed my life. So again, click that button. You're still watching. It means you want to talk to us. You want to be a part of the family. You want to be in the incubator program. So click the button, get over there, talk to an advisor, and put your true heart out. Be truthful and honest. And if it's the right fit, we'll let you know, and then you'll do it. All right. Question number 10, should I self-publish or get a publisher? Self-publish. Seriously. When you're first writing your books, until you have a big audience, until you have 1 million person or a 500,000 person email list, and you're written 3-4 books, you've got history, you got record, don't get into publisher games. Like, I talk to publishers and I've got a huge audience and I still get frustrated. It's just annoying. Now, will I use publishers? I will. They're going to be a part of my book writing strategy in the near future. But I'm just trying to tell you, don't start there. You're going to end up waiting a year and a half, 2 years to publish your book. You will be completely controlled by this entity. They're going to give you peanuts on the dollars, and then they're going to own the rights to the book. It just doesn't make sense. So you can't monetize the crap out of it using any of the funnels I said. Any of them. And those funnels is where I make my tens of millions of dollars. So your first book, your first money, your first audience building's got to come from self-publishing. It's easier, it's simpler, it's more profitable. It's what you should be doing. So right there. There you go. We are officially at the end of the presentation. All right? It has been so much fun. Seriously, if you haven't been able to tell yet that I love talking about this topic, then you've not been watching me. I love books, and I can tell you right now that a book can change your life in so many ways. It's difficult to express in one workshop. That's why I want to talk to you. That's why I want to invite you into our family. I want to invite you into our incubator program where we work with you to get your book published and out there and selling and getting leads. Whether you sell the book or give it away for free or whatever you do, we will turn that book into $1 million. We will turn that book into a business. We will turn that book into not only something that changes the world and influences the world and impacts the world, but something that monetizes and something that creates millions of dollars of wealth for you, your family, your kids, and all your loved ones, and finally becomes that massive business you've been looking to build, right? Through something good you're doing in the world, something great you're doing, a bucket list. How many people can say they've written a book? I didn't tell a story, and I want to just kind of close off on this story. It's a fun story, and I didn't tell it. I should have told it in the beginning. So my family has been watching me for years now, right? For well over a decade, 15 years. They've seen the success I have. They know I drive nice cars. They know I travel first class. They understand that I have an audience. They see my Facebook page. They see that I work with Damon John, Robert Kiyosaki, Les Brown, Bob Proctor. So I bought a new house. My wife and I bought a new home 2 years ago, and we love our home. It's just our dream home. And we did a housewarming party. Now it's a really nice house. I got to tell you, when you kind of approach the house and you walk into the house, typically people are like, "Whoa, this is a really nice house." Like, wow. And so, of course, we had family members come in, and they're walking around, they're getting the tour. These are my cousins and my loved ones, and they're like, "Wow, Anik, really nice house. This is amazing." They walk into my home office. And in my home office, I have my books framed. They're like a really nice glass frame. And one of my cousins, okay, she looks up and she goes, "What's that? Why'd you frame that book?" And I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "It's because I wrote it." She goes, and I kid you not, this is the reaction. She goes, "You wrote a book?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And she goes, "Hey, everybody, come in here. Anik wrote a book. Can you do that? Give me a copy." And I'm like, hold on a second here. I also just bought this beautiful home. Aren't you impressed with my beautiful, expensive home? Like, no, you wrote a book. How do you explain the benefit of a book? It's through that story. It's through that impact. That's the power of a book. That's the expert status of a book. And right now you're sitting in a place where within the next weeks we could work together so that when people see you, they say, "Wow, you're an expert at something. You wrote a book." And it would be something you'd be proud of. You'll show your kids, you'll show your family, you'll change the world, you'll create a monetization schedule from it, you will create a business from it, you will create momentum from it, and it will be the best thing you've ever done for your business. Thank you so much for being a part of this workshop. This is Anik Singal reminding you, when life pushes you, stand straight, smile, and push it the heck back. Click the button, go to the URL, book your call. I hope to see you inside of our incubator program. It's a ton of fun. We have a blast in it. I cannot wait to read your book. I cannot wait for you to ship me a copy of your book, for me to read your book, and to see it skyrocket to the top of Amazon and have it make you your first $1 million. This is Anik Singal signing off for now. I'll see you inside of our bestseller program.
What?